before anyone gets concerned, I'm fine. I feel good. I feel good enough. I'm still like recovering. Things aren't, you know, super easy. I'm gonna talk a little bit of what was going on. I said in my last stream, I don't want anyone like going crazy and diagnosing and like going through like a whole fucking, you know, 1,000 different things of what happened. I was going through like again, I don't know what it was because I'm still trying to figure that out. And so it's like, you know, before anyone gets like fucking PhD on me, I was suffering from like dizziness, really weird dizziness. It wasn't vertigo. It was like motion sickness. It wasn't as spinning. My eyesight was deteriorating a little bit. Like I like it was it wasn't like blurry. It was just kind of like harder to focus on things. And I was going through like this dizziness, and it wasn't like someone spun me around. It was like walking on a boat, like a motion sickness, like walking on a cruise ship, and like you would walk in a straight line, but suddenly it would hit a wave and it would go to the left, and you'd veer to the left and then you veer to the right. And I couldn't open my eyes. Like I couldn't look at a screen. The reason I wasn't here wasn't because I was like bedridden. I'm like coughing and throwing up and, you know, shitting myself or whatever. It's because I literally couldn't physically look at a screen without getting a headache. And I don't know. I still don't know what the fucking deal was. I literally have no idea what the fucking problem was. But it lasted like 2-3 weeks. And it's like, I'm still kind of recovering from it. Nobody's given me any kind of like diagnosis, because I think what I thought, because, you know, I'm somehow an expert now, is I thought it was something in, no, it was my blood pressure. I mean, I've done blood tests and stuff. I'm fine. I thought it was an inner ear thing because I suffered from inner ear issues as a child. I had like, you know, ear tubes in my ears, and I had double ear infections, and, you know, I started getting tinnitus in my right ear. That's still kind of there. So I had like this tinnitus. So I think it's like inner ear. I don't know though. So I was like, oh, you know, let's go to an ENT, which is an ear, nose, and throat doctor. And they're like, yeah, we'll get you an ENT. Well, they can see you in July. And I said, are you fucking kidding me? July? What if I was dying? July. I have to live with this until July. They're like, sorry, that's all we can do. Okay, and I called another one. They're like, we can get you in April. I called another one. We can get you at the end of March. I'm like, are you fucking kidding? I called, I'm not kidding. I have a notepad on my desk right now of every ENT in a 2-hour radius. No one could get me in for February. Not a single fucking person could get me into February. Not a single one. I called my insurance. I called my primary care provider. I begged somebody over the phone. I'm like, please, for fuck's sake, I can't deal with this. Can you get me into this fucking February case? And they're like, nope, April. They're like, there's only 2 ENTs. I'm like, you know what? Just wheel me out into the fucking, just put me in a hearse. Oh, what a fucking disaster. It was the most frustrating thing ever. I was like about to like fly back home to try and find a doctor that can get me in this month. I was so desperate because it was like your mind starts deteriorating. You start going like crazy. I can't explain it, but when you're like constantly like dizzy, I feel like your equilibrium and like your cognitive like thinking starts getting impaired. So I was like fucking like, I was angry. What a fucking disaster. Thank God it's gone away. It can't be that bad because it's only getting better. Like, I'm not dizzy anymore. I can walk in a straight line. And it was never to the point where like I was falling over. But there was like weird shit. It was just weird and like a freak thing. This is not to concern anybody anyway. It's that I lack material and I have not been around for 3 weeks, so I may as well talk about my health concerns. Even though I'm not worried anymore. I was like, at the time I wasn't saying anything because I'm like, okay, I'm kind of scared. But the fact that it's like getting so much better and I'm here right now at, you know, the usual hour, I'm like, oh, it can't be that bad. It'll be fine. But it's like, I don't know. Because like I called everybody. I was got to go to like, you know, it's like at this point I was ready to go to the Target parking lot and just ask somebody. I was just got to give him a stethoscope. I'm like, you know what? Take a crack at it. I'll get you a coffee. I was not happy. It was probably the most stressful period of my life. I'm not kidding. I think I lost hair. I think I was like losing hair from how stressed I was. It was that bad. I was like fucking, I'm so happy I can talk about it though, because it feels like just a horrible nightmare or like a dream. So the fact that I can like talk about it now, I'm like, all right, well, I was hoping it would come to this, you know, because at the time it's like, you know, eventually I can talk about it, I can laugh about it, and I can, you know, not worry about it. So thank God I'm able to come here today and just talk about this tumultuous goddamn fucking disaster that was this absolute freak thing. I have never experienced anything like that in my entire life. Okay, it's not that much of a freak thing. I didn't tell you where it started. I didn't tell you where it began because I may have done it to myself, and I don't know how this happened. I'll tell you how it happened. I was on a treadmill, and I was going specifically hard that day. And when I was on it, I was looking down at a screen. I didn't hurt myself, but I just started up. So I just got on at like 3-4 miles per hour. I just got on the treadmill, 3 or 4 miles per hour. Just started running. I ran for like an hour, and then I just got off. I didn't like cool down or anything. I just got off, and I got home, and you get that kind of like wobbliness that you get when you get off a treadmill, and that only lasts like 15 seconds. And I got off, and then I got like a migraine. And I had to like lay down, and then I woke up and I had that motion dizziness. No idea how that happened though, because I was like looking online. I'm like, okay, treadmill accident, treadmill brain. I don't know if it's like I broke like the connectivity to my brain and my eyeballs. I don't know if it's like I like made the blood in my fucking body boil because I ran too. I don't know. But the treadmill put a hex on me. I think it's because I was looking down at something. And I think like, I don't know if I was like pooling shit in my brain. But I don't know if it was like an eyeball thing. I don't know. I have no idea what it could have been. Because then I got so worried. I'm like, okay, I need to get an MRI. I need to get a CT scan. They did that. It's fine. They said, no, there's nothing wrong with you. I'm like, I have a stroke. I have a stroke at any moment. And then I went there and they're like, no, you're fine. I have no idea. But it started with a headache. And I never get headaches. So I brought this on myself, I'm guessing. Big fucking surprise. I don't know. But like somewhere along the way, I convinced myself like, okay, wait, no, I'm actually ill. There's something wrong. So no more exercise for a bit. I think what I need to do is I need to find a middle ground. And like when I start something, I hit it too hard. Oh, I gotta diet, cut everything. Yeah, I'm eating almonds. Forget everything. I don't know how to ease into something. It's like, I just make the decision and then it's like, it's all or nothing. It's never like this like slow progressive thing. It's like, oh, the treadmill? Let's start with 4 miles per hour for an hour. I don't need this like build up shit. I can do it. And little do I know, I can do it because I did do it, but my body can't do it. It can't make up for it. So I'm kind of returning to form a little bit. I'm like, okay, Girl Scout cookies. Maybe I'll get 11 bucks instead of 20. I'm drinking a Red Bull right now. I'm just not, I'm not gonna worry about things as much. I drank during Axel's 3D. We'll talk about that in a minute. I did not drink for a full month, and that's not like some sobriety thing. I was just doing like a thing. I'm like, okay, I won't drink, and I didn't drink for a whole month, and then I drank for fucking Axel's thing. I don't know, dude. I have no idea what happened to me. How much? Well, my like 2 beers gets me like where I need to be now instead of like 7, which is fucking wild.
Yo, thank you for watching this clip. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Thanks, guys.